All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Ged. It's been a week. How's it going? How are you?
Definitely the busiest day of my life in a while.
Yeah. Look, you're all nicely dressed.
Right? Yeah. We were at the wonderful Guelph City Hall tonight for a zoning amendment meeting for the golf simulator. It was arguably the most boring thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but it went well.
Cool. Well, I'm recovering from a 5-day hangover, but we're hanging in there.
Oh yeah, did you go have your bachelor party thing?
Yeah.
How was it?
Fantastic.
Did you end up in like Texas?
Philadelphia and Texas.
Kind of sounds amazing.
Transversed the U.S. and sampled all of their alcoholic beverages.
How many went?
10 people.
Whew. Doggy.
Yeah, she was a time. But we are here because it is Tuesday night and Ahsoka Part 6 dropped. Far away.
The best is Hui Yang. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away. Yep. Love it.
I love that bit of editing and storytelling, the way they set up.
Yeah.
Growing up in Sioux States. Pennsylvania hates Texas. I'm not aware. I'm Canadian, so I don't know.
Yeah, like, is that a thing? Or are you just making stuff up there, Swole Yoda?
I like to, if I'm going on like a big sports trip, I like to hit up multiple events, and there was literally nothing going on in Dallas other than my Jets getting smoked by the Cowboys. So I was looking, what else can I do? And I was like, Thursday night football is in Philly. Let's just take a little pit stop. So that's how that worked out.
And I apologize. It's not that Tyler and I are not close enough friends that I would not have joined him. I was unable to attend with everything we have going on. So as much as I would have loved to have joined, it just was not in the cards.
So this episode really didn't have Ahsoka at all. She got the little storytelling at the beginning. I was wondering when she said, "Can you tell me one of those old stories?" if he was going to sneak something in there. Wait a second. You were at that game?
Come on. That's amazing.
Sometimes I wonder, like, on these things, like I was going to say, like, going to be here if anyone wants to meet up. But I was like, there's like 5 people who watch this show. So I'm like, there's just no point.
Your most fun things to do is your least watched.
Yeah. But yeah, so Yoda, we were at Bill Bates' tailgate, got wrecked there for 3 hours and then stumbled across the street, went into the game. And I was wearing my Jets jersey proud. I was pretty jacked up when Garrett Wilson scored that 68-yard touchdown, and then it was just downhill from there. But we had fun. Definitely had some fun. Not as much fun as the bad guys had in this episode.
Yeah, it was very much a bad guy episode. Before we get in to the specifics, because obviously we've been talking about the arrival of Thrawn for long, long time. Were you above expectations, excited about the reveal? At expectations, excited about the reveal? Or below expectations, excited about the reveal?
So I was trying to process this actually while watching. I thought the actual reveal of Thrawn was at or exceeds. The part in my head, though, was it was always wondering what happened to them when they were over there. And it's a lot simpler than what I think a lot of people were predicting.
Yep.
And, why don't let's just break that kind of part of it down. Like, it appears that at first I was like, again, we were talking about the map and like it takes them to a whole other galaxy, but it literally leads them right to the planet he's on. Like, there's no trying to, like, galaxies are big, right? There's no searching for him in the galaxy. He's literally right there. And I get they explain that a bit with the
map.
Well, with the whales, right? The whales,
ball, right? Well, no, they have a magic ball, like.
Yeah, but the whales travel to Peridia. Like, they actually travel to that world.
Yeah.
Right. And they go there to die. I guess they informed us. So it literally went there and it literally dropped. That was the only stop they make there. And they dropped Ezra and Thrawn off. So they explained that part. I get it. But then a lot of people were like, I know I'm going to get into the other character reveal. Like, it's no secret. Obviously, Ezra is also in this episode. But I think a lot of people were expecting, did they team up? Were they like, was Thrawn going to brainwash him and stuff like that? And it looks like literally they got there and Ezra just ran away and hid.
So how long have they been there?
I think
2 years.
No.
Because they had that thing. They at the very beginning episode, they talked about the liberation of that planet.
They have been there since before Rogue One. So the entire original trilogy has passed plus 5 years. So they've been there for over a decade, like in that range.
Are we sure about that?
I'm absolutely positive.
So it's been over a decade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess to be in Ren, like she was a kid when they disappeared, right? She's no longer a kid. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
All right. So to me, again, maybe we'll get more, but to me, the underwhelming part was they literally just got there and went their separate ways. And in 10 years, Thrawn could never find Ezra with the turtle people. Like that to me is the weaker part.
Didn't even seem happy. It was like,
yeah, that to me was the weaker part of it. But the part that I thought was awesome, exceeded expectation, was the actual reveal. When he rolls in with the Chimera and it's all sorts of trying to patch together. It literally looks like a ghost ship pulling through.
100%.
Then it lands on that spire that the Night Sisters use. And then is his army just so put together of loose pieces, or is he literally leading? Is there dark magic going on and he has a zombie army? That's the part I couldn't figure out.
How cool is the main commander's helmet?
Did it not remind you of Gladiator?
So badass.
Yeah.
So badass. Yeah, it was fantastic. That part I really liked. The whole, Ezra ran away and we can't find him, and he has a massive ship and an army.
Yeah, he has. Look at all those TIE fighters, a Star Destroyer. It looked like he would have the resources to find Ezra.
Got a bunch of big doggies to go sniff him out.
Yeah, if Ezra would just ran away, was he concerned with Ezra? I don't know. Maybe, considering Ezra just foiled his plan and exiled him, you'd figure you'd appreciate him as a pretty credible threat.
Yeah, but he had no lightsaber, no nothing.
Yeah, that's true. No lightsaber.
He's basically just there, hiding with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. But yeah, Thrawn and his army look completely badass.
No doubt. Agreed.
Yeah. So we find out he had really no way to communicate. The only way they could communicate with the other side was the Night Sisters going into Morgan Elsbeth's dream. So that now 100% confirms that, in the Mandalorian season 3, assuming it was at the same time or before, Pelion has just been literally just filling in for Thrawn and has no idea what's going on. He's just So when Thrawn gets back, he's going to inherit. Not only he's bringing back those troops, but he'll inherit the entire that Shadow Collective, whatever they were, of all the Moffs, and unite everyone. So he'll have a bigger army. So the other piece I want to make sure I understood, as in, why the heck are the grandmothers helping him in the first place? They seem to have given Thrawn a lot. Sorry, the great mothers, not the grandmothers. They're probably old. Do they want to come with him? Is that why they're helping him? Because they're unloading their stuff, right? They're emptying the catacombs and filling up the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, they are coming back. They are bringing the Dathomiri back to the main galaxy.
So Thrawn more or less said, "You help me, I'll help you. We'll all go back together." Okay.
Yeah, they're coming. Imagine a whole bunch and the part that boggles my mind is Balin's skull and Shin
Baddie.
They want to stay. Balin's skull has no desire to leave.
He wants to stay. Yeah. So just a final note on Thrawn. Well, two final notes. So in the books, right? Like there's always like there's Force users and stuff like that he used, right? The clones, like that was part of his whole storyline. I wonder if they're just gonna use Night Sisters to replace all that. Instead of having
Would make
clone
sense.
Jedi, clone crazy Jedi, he's just gonna have Night Sisters and their dark magic. So that is an interesting way of somewhat doing something similar to books, but keeping it fresh and different, and fits in with Filoni's narrative, right? He created the Night Sisters, he created all this stuff, so he gets to pull elements from his creation to fit the outline of what the Thrawn trilogy would be.
And I think the cool thing is right now, because we've only seen such a small piece of Thrawn, we have no idea.
How did you like the way Thrawn looked? Obviously, the voice is awesome because it's Lars Mikkelsen.
I loved his mannerism. I thought they executed him as well as they could. The problem with animated Thrawn is he was perfect. Like he's arguably the best villain I have ever seen ever. Like he's so good. You hate him, but you love him. I think he's as good as he could have been. I did find it weird that he's like, you're here. Let's load up. Like, if they've been there for 10 years and that's what he's got, it seems a little odd. But in general, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think visually it took me like, one or two scenes for my eyes just to be like, okay, I'm good to go now. So I thought he looked good. The pants are funny, and I know he had pants like that in animation. I know they wore him in Andor, like that's that military officer pant.
It does look funny though.
It seems just a little funny. I actually thought he was good in calculating. Like, right, his thing is strategic, and like literally he's there. Like, oh, Sabine's here. That's how I'm going to get Ezra. Now I'm going to get these two mercenaries I can't trust to go out with them, and we're either going to kill them all or just leave them. Which kind of feeds into my next thing is, now do you see Shin and Baylan staying, or do you see more of a Shin, Baylan, Sabine, Ezra team up to get back?
I mean, I think in a perfect world you see that team up,
because there was a lot of talk this episode about the Jedi, like how he was there once before, reminiscing. They're starting to really hammer that home, and I can't help but wonder if they're going to set up a kind of a turn here for these. But mind you, he does have his eyes on this ultimate power, and it's based on a legend story that they told in the temple to the kids, and we don't know what that story is. So there's a card left to be played with him, but I can't help but think, when they realize Thrawn is potentially going to betray them, if they don't even bother with Sabine and Ezra anymore, or at least try to maybe work together for common good, right?
Yeah, I know this might be a stretch, but I don't think that it's a coincidence that Huyang was talking about the stories.
You think
at the very beginning he talks about they're all in my memory banks? I feel like there's going to be a moment where Ahsoka's going to know what maybe
Baylan's trying to do.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a very cool moment there. And does that lead to a team up? Perhaps, yeah. I mean, I love it because Baylan Skoll has never said he's a Sith. He just wants to be more than what it was. And he loved the idea of the Jedi. Yeah,
and him and Ahsoka are similar that way too, right? Like Ahsoka left the Jedi Order because she didn't like what they were standing for at that time.
Yep. Swole Yoda, if you're on here, what do you think still? Do you think you're going to see them team up, or are we going to have like a good old-fashioned Sabine and Ezra versus Shin and Baylan thing going on?
Well, Ahsoka's coming too, right? So it could be Ahsoka. I just can't wait for Sabine to give that. She's given Ezra his lightsaber back, right?
Oh, God, I hope so. Yeah. Although she has modified it, so it's technically hers now. Oh, did you just freeze? Yeah, a little bit there.
Is Ezra made a new lightsaber?
How?
I guess we need Kyber,
shit out a Kyber crystal. Like, oh, Oh, look.
Maybe there's Kyber on the planet secretly.
Oh, Dark Kyber.
What else? What else? Okay. Well, Ezra. What'd you think of Ezra?
It's kind of anticlimactic.
It was a very anticlimactic reveal.
Yeah.
I'm praying Shin does not turn to the light. I like your evil, but I think they'll end up teaming up. Yeah, Shin's the wild card, right? Because she didn't grow up in the Order, so she seems to kind of already have that. Like she wanted to just force choke Sabine and kill her. Like she seems a little more unhinged, where Balin's a lot more reserved. So
yeah,
I think they'll. I don't think they'll both turn to the light. I think they'll just use whoever's around them to get what they want.
Yeah.
Which could involve helping the light side out for a little bit.
Well, even like Ahsoka at the beginning, I go where I'm needed.
Yeah.
Right.
And Ezra definitely kind of anticlimactic. What do you say? Took you long enough?
Yeah.
I thought he looked good.
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, I was the whole time she was searching. I'm like, please don't tell me he's in this little village. I'm like, Thrawn has a Star Destroyer and TIE fighters. You're telling me they couldn't find him in a decade in this little village, and he was in the village.
But
I know they said they're going to move, but like, I don't buy it. That part was weak. That part for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Other things. So we now know that the Eye of Sion thing, we've kind of said it looks like a giant hyperspace ring. It's literally a hyperspace ring for Thrawn's Star Destroyer, right?
It's a big Star Destroyer.
He's definitely putting that Star Destroyer in the center of that ring.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
What else was there? So interesting things at the end. He asked for more of the Great Mother's dark magic to help with Ahsoka coming. Do you think they're going to create like another Marok? Do you think that's what he meant? Maybe
they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to create something.
Yeah,
I don't know what else they can do. So
I wonder if that's that's the route he was talking about. And then finally, I think my last point I have. Yeah, last point. Were you surprised that Thrawn didn't know Ahsoka's history? Knew the name, but it's like, I need everything on her master, her homeworld, blah blah blah. When like he's regarded as that tactician who studies everything. We know he studied everyone on the Phoenix Squad, right? The whole Ghost crew. He knew the whole history. He had Harris, he had the Cacciatore, whatever it's called. But I know Ahsoka wasn't really involved explicitly against Thrawn, but he must have known.
I think the point they're making in the show is that he assumed, like, I love that part of him where he just assumes that she's coming. Oh, you got a great little glitch there.
Yeah, my Rogers has been going brutal, man.
I like that he's doing that homework. I think it makes a good point. Yeah, it's weird that he doesn't already have it, but I like the message there. Like, let's assume that she's alive. I want to know everything on her.
Well, it's exciting because now he's about to read up on Anakin Skywalker because that's why you say, I need to know who her master was.
Oh, yeah.
And we just got the Anakin piece. So I wonder if it brings in Anakin a little bit more.
I was just going to say, do we see Anakin again? Do we have a Witches of Dathomir, dark magic Anakin version of Marok? That's the first place my mind went. Is a dark magic Dathomirian Anakin to absolutely get into her kitchen.
If you want to throw Ahsoka off her emotional game, make her fight Anakin, right?
You got it.
I don't know if they have that power. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you got on this? It's exciting. I think we're going to get a pretty bang-in. We have 2 episodes left. This was 6, right? So we got 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
What we got here? One more episode was underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Will Yoda. I'm with you, but I think it's underwhelming because every other episode has just been ridiculously good. Like, we have been spoiled for the first 5 episodes of this show. Like, we have been on the edge, giving it crazy ratings. Like, there had to be one that we went, meh, all right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just, it's
not
like,
that it was
again,
bad, but I
yeah,
agree.
the
Like,
Thrawn stuff was nailed. I thought the Night Sisters and stuff looked cool. It's just,
yep.
it's just like we kind of talked about at the beginning. There was a lot of expectations for those 2 big reveals, and they were kind of,
Yeah,
it's like,
Ezra needed to be more
we've been
badass.
waiting that long, and that's what we got. Yeah.
Yeah, Thrawn was badass. His army is badass. His lead commander's got his face painted like he's in the movie 300. Like, it is so good. And Thrawn's like, I live with turtles. Really, man? Like, I'm glad you came. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Come on. Yeah.
All right. Score this one, Ged. What do you got?
I'm 8.
8?
I'm 8 because, and I'm only, I hate to say this, but I'm only as high as 8 because Thrawn stuff was cool. Not that I'm disappointed. 8's a great score for anyone who watches this. 8 is a fantastic score, but this is the first time I didn't sit on the edge of my seat.
I'm gonna go 8.5.
I figured you're gonna be there.
I really enjoyed the Thrawn stuff. I thought he looked and sounded cool. I enjoyed exploring the new planet. Like, it was just, it seemed fresh and new. And the other thing I liked too was none of this was in the trailer, so like it was all new throughout it. But like I said, like, I really liked some of the elements, but it really below expectations for some of those reveals and what the storyline is. Like, I don't know if they could maybe explain it cooler, but the fact that Ezra jumps a Star Destroyer to an unknown galaxy and he just runs away and hides, basically, is a little underwhelming.
Yeah, I would have given it up to 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, even if I got to know more about this planet, more about this galaxy, like, enthrall me with it.
Yeah, and we're not going to know anything else. We're literally probably just going to spend time on this Peridia, the Night Sister homeworld, and then that's it. But like, are those the only 3 Night Sisters left? That's the other thing. There's just so much unanswered questions, and I know they can't just, exposition spew their guts out. But it'd be nice.
What did you think about the big doggy, though? The Howler. That's what they call it in the closed captions. The Howler. Yeah, I'm like,
it sounded like they said the Hound. Yeah, no, yeah. And like, Ezra's going to be pissed at Sabine.
Think so? Oh, when he finds out, yeah.
He's 100%. Like, did me sacrificing 10 years of my life work to save the galaxy? He's like, By the way, he's about to jump back. Yeah. Because I brought him here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have no way to get back, but at least you got someone to keep those cold, lonely nights warm with.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully next Tuesdays we'll pick it back up in the excitement. Yeah, I think that there was a lot that happened this episode. It just didn't fully resonate emotionally with both of us.
Yeah, looked expensive, but not necessarily the emotional punch I was looking for.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Agreed.
All right, everyone, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, and we'll see y'all next week.
See you next Tuesday.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
Yeah.